Well, isn't it Jesus the one who says who looks at a woman is adultery?
That's why Jesus condemned your God as Satan. Exactly. Jesus says if you lust for a woman, you commit adultery. That means all of the Quran is not the God revealed in Jesus. All of the Quran is Satan.
Listen.
Now, what's the verse you wanted to talk about? You said you had a verse you want to talk about.
Yeah, the baby killing verse.
Oh, so you want to go there? Okay. Can you go to Hosea and show me where it says there? Show me where it says there that God is the one who forced people to kill babies, which is how you pervert the text, because I'm going to turn it against you. Read it for us.
You can always come with some kind of a spin to defend.
Are you sure? Are you sure I'm going to spin it? You're positive? You don't even know what my answer is. Okay, so read Hosea 13 that or the passage you were quoting, so people can see what you just did with the Bible. Because I'm going to turn it against
the people of Samaria must bear their guilt because they have rebelled against their God. Yep. They will fall by the sword. Their little ones will be dashed to the ground. Their pregnant women ripped open.
Okay.
So why is that okay?
Who said it's okay? Listen to what you said. And again, I'm going to now show you Surah Al-Isra, chapter 17, what your Allah did, because you want to play this game. Why are you blaming God for saying that because my people are committing immorality and idolatry and refuse to worship me, that now I'll remove my hand of protection and allow these nations to come in and do what they want to do? Because it's a fact of history that civilizations, kingdoms like the Babylonians, Assyrians, and others would attack places, villages, and cities, ravish women, rip their bellies open, and murder young men. This was a fact of life then as it is now. Just like when Boko Haram beheads men, rapes women, like ICE did with the Yazidi women. Are you going to say because God commanded them to do that? Or is that God removing his hand of protection and allowing wicked people to do what they do? Because unless God protects you, there's nothing to stop them.
So you're saying to me that there's wickedness in your Bible.
Okay. So you're saying to me that when your prophet raped married women and murdered their husbands.
See how you're not answering.
I'm answering you. Jihad, if you don't listen, I'm going to hang up on you because you didn't hear what I said. The Bible reports accurate history. If I turn on the news and the newsman says a woman got raped, according to your stupidity, that means the news reporter condones it because he mentioned what is a fact of life. So let me ask you the question.
Are you just telling me that this is a report?
Yes, because God is saying, now that you've rejected me, I'm the one protecting you from these nations attacking you and killing you. So because you don't want me, I'm going to remove my hand, and there's nothing to stop them from doing what they do. Raping, pillaging, killing babies, murdering men, which is what your prophet did.
So you're telling me that God is not commanding this.
No, he isn't. Show me where it's a command.
What's going to happen to them?
Show me where it says, I command them to do this. He says, no, this is what's going to happen because you rejected me. But unlike your Quran, where your God does command such things. So you just buried your God.
Yeah, he doesn't command.
You want to bet? He doesn't? You want to bet?
He doesn't command.
Yes, he does.
To do this.
Yes, he does. The Quran says and the hadith say that Allah wrote the amount of adultery you must commit and you cannot escape it because Allah commands, written, that you will commit adultery. You want me to show you that?
Excuse me?
Your hadith, Bukhari and Muslim, say that Allah has predestined, written, all the adultery you must commit and you cannot escape it because you must do it because Allah decreed you must do it. Let me get you the hadith. Hold on.
You got to be.
What am I kidding? Okay, let's see if I'm kidding. Sahih Bukhari, volume 8, number 609. Here you go. I'm going to give you the link.
No, man.
No, read it. Don't go. No, don't run yet.
I don't know what to say anymore.
Don't run yet. Read this at least before you go.
Narrated Ibn Abbas, I did not see anything so resembling minor sins as what
yes. Go ahead.
Abu Hurairah said from the Prophet, who said, Allah has written for the son of Adam.
Slowly reading. Slowly. Allah has written For
no, buddy, watch out.
Read it. Read it. His inevitable.
Adam committed the sin in the garden.
Finish it.
And then he knows
finish
that
it. I'm going to embarrass you.
On this earth.
I'm going to embarrass you because you got scared. You didn't finish it. Read.
We are punished on this earth.
Read the hadith.
Sin.
You coward.
Beg Allah for
okay, you stupid coward. Now I'm going to disrespect you because you're a coward. Read.
Are you cursing me?
Yes, because you are not a man. You're not reading it. Read, Jihad. Read.
But I am trying to explain to you.
Don't explain, read, or I'm going to read it and I'm going to hang up on you. Okay, shut up. Get out of here.
Habibi.
Get out of here, buddy.
So, of course, there's going to be sin.
Okay, read what it says. It didn't say that, you liar. Read it, or I'm going to hang up on you. You got 5 seconds. Read it.
Allah has written for the son of Adam his inevitable share of adultery, whether he is aware of it or not.
Keep reading. The
adultery of the eye is looking at something which is sinful to look at. And the adultery of the tongue is to utter what is unlawful to utter. And the inner self wishes and longs for adultery, and the private parts turn that into reality, or refrain from submitting to the temptation.
Now read this from Sahih Muslim. Same thing. Here it is.
Okay, but that just basically means that we're
no, it doesn't mean that. Read
earth.
it. Read the hadith before you give me your explanation. Read now Sahih Muslim. I don't want you to give me. I don't want to hear your commentary. I just want you to read it first.
What are you cursing me for?
I didn't. I said you're being a stupid liar if you don't read. Now you read it, so now you're a man of integrity. Finish it. So you're doing it again. You're delaying reading it. Read it. Sahih Muslim number 6421. And what's the name of the book? Kitab al-Qadr. Kitab al-Qadr. The Book of Destiny. Read it. The Book of Destiny, Predestination. Can you read it or you want me to read it?
But you have to understand the context.
Okay, can you read it? But you haven't even read it to know the context. Read it.
Abu Hurairah reported Allah's apostle, may peace be upon him, as saying, verily Allah has fixed the very portion of adultery which a man will indulge in.
And which he of necessity must commit. There you go, buddy. Your God has fixed the adultery you must commit, and you must necessarily commit it, and you can't escape it. That's your God.
Well, what you got to understand here
I gotta understand
is that it's referring to the adultery of the eye.
Finish it. It's not just the eye. Allah predestined that you're going to commit adultery with your eye.
We're going to look at women.
Okay. Allah predestined that you're going to commit adultery with your tongue. And Allah predestined. Don't talk over me, you coward, because now you're scared. Because it says Allah also predestined the adultery you do with your parts. You see it right there?
Adultery is a sin.
And Allah has commanded you to commit that sin because He's wicked.
But what you can control.
You can't control anything if Allah has decreed that you will commit adultery. Don't tell me you can control what Allah has predestined you for. So what was that about my Bible? Your God is in the business of making you adulterous.
A man has a choice whether he's going to cheat on his wife or not.
No, not according to this. It said Allah has fixed and you must necessarily commit it.
It doesn't say that.
Okay, let me read it again. Hold on, so that everyone can see again. So you're ashamed of Allah. Abu Hurairah reported Allah's apostle as saying, verily Allah has fixed.
You're not interpreting it correctly.
Okay, Jihad. Jihad, do you think you need to take a break now? I think you're tired, my friend. You can come back some other day. What do you think? We've covered enough today.
I agree, but I want to finish this very point, and then I want to close it up. Why do you think that Allah is essentially forcing people to commit adultery?
Because let me read the text again. Here, let me tell you why I think. Allah has fixed the very portion of adultery which a man will indulge in and which he of necessity must commit. That's why.
The adultery of the eye is the lustful look, and the adultery of the tongue is the licentious speech. The heart desires and yearns, which the parts may or may not put into effect.
So exactly. Allah has even fixed whether you're going to use your parts. Allah has fixed even whether you're going to use your parts to act on the adultery or not?
Exactly. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay. So
Yes.
jihad. So if Allah has fixed that you're going to use your private part to commit adultery, that means He made you commit adultery. You're okay with that?
Well, isn't it Jesus the one who says who looks at a woman is adultery?
That's why Jesus condemned your God as Satan. Exactly. Jesus says if you lust for a woman, you commit adultery. That means all of the Quran is not the God revealed in Jesus. All of the Quran is Satan.
Listen to this. Listen to this. When you say that Allah will force us to commit adultery with our sight, that is
not only your sight. It didn't just say sight.
But it just says may or may not with the private part.
Okay, so if Allah has determined that you will use your private part to then commit adultery, can you escape it? This is your final point. I'm going to hang up on you.
That's part of the free will that people
There is no free will. Stop lying. That doesn't exist in Islam. There is no free will in Islam. Call me next time. We'll talk about predestination.
You're not accepting my answer. I'm telling you.
Because you don't know Islam. Bring your shuyukh. Because I have written on the topic, Quran and Hadith teach predestination. Do you want me now to turn that? We can talk about predestination, and it's going to be embarrassing. Why don't you take a break? Call me during the week. We can talk about.
What?
Yeah.
You know what?
What?
I want to have the next discussion about predestination.
Okay, Lord willing, this week. Call me. We'll talk about predestination.
I'm gonna be prepared for that.
Okay, good. We'll talk this week. All right, buddy.